Hey Google, play Buddy Holly. Hey Google, play Beethoven. Hey Google, play Ravi Zacharias. Mom was teachable, always learning. She didn't really have the chance to go to university. She would have shone, but I was the first in our family to have that opportunity. As little children, we were kind of homeschooled because there were so many snow days. We'd all be bundled up for the bus if the bus didn't come. And instead of letting us back in the house, she'd keep us on the back steps in our snowsuits and make us listen with her to stories and TED Talks on the radio, especially sermons from back to the Bible. Later, we got enrolled in Bible memory and had to memorize much of the Torah, the Bible. She insisted in our family that we all sit down for devotions. She did her best after dinner, or as we walked along the road, we learned from creation. How rich is that? Margaret was hospitable. She would say to you today, I loved you so much that I was delighted to share with you not only the gospel of Jesus, but my life as well, because you are so precious to me. Mom lived the story she wanted to tell. A life of loving newcomers, the international student, the neighbor who was shut in. When she'd visit a friend in the hospital, or the old people, she'd massage her friend's feet. Then she'd do the patient's feet beside her friend in the hospital, too. If she had any requests for her grandchildren today, it would be visit the old people, visit the people who don't have any guests. She supported so many ministries that cared about the whole person, intellectual, spiritual, physical. Mom gets the prize for being the ultimate welcomer. We used to have a roast or pot of soup on Sundays, so rarely did we have a Sunday without new and old friends joining us. Though we didn't always appreciate having to do the dishes after, we learned the lessons of hospitality. We learned about community. And it's true, Mom really didn't complain. I know all was not easy for her sometimes, and just in the last week, I caught her praying for persecuted people in our world who are truly suffering. She would often chide, major on the majors, don't judge others, love others well. She kept a poem in her Bible that I've asked my daughter Chloe to read.
So the poem is called The World Is Mine. Today, upon a bus, I saw a lovely girl with golden hair. I envied her. She seemed so gay and wished I was as fair. When suddenly she rose to leave, I saw her hobble down the aisle. She had one foot and wore a crutch, but as she passed, a smile. Oh God, forgive me when I whine. I have 2 feet, the world is mine. And then I stopped to buy some sweets. The lad who served them had such charm. I talked with him. He said to me, it's nice to talk to folks like you. You see, he said, I'm blind. Oh God, forgive me when I whine. I have 2 eyes. The world is mine. Then walking down the street, I saw a child with eyes of blue. He stood and watched the others play. It seemed he knew not what to do. I stopped for a moment, then I said, why don't you join the others, dear? He looked ahead without a word, and then I knew he could not hear. Oh God, forgive me when I whine. I have 2 ears, the world is mine. My feet to take me where I'd go, with eyes to see the sunset's glow, with ears to hear what I would know. Oh God, forgive me when I whine. I'm blessed indeed, the world is mine.
Mom loved this life among you. She wasn't really ready to talk about the hereafter. I'd say till the last week she was hopeful to live on here. It took her a while to verbalize her age, and when she did, it freed me. She loved life on this earth so much. But this week, she began to be ready. I said, "Isn't it kind of funny? You're going to have a new body. We're going to have new bodies." She exclaimed, "No, of course I'm going to have a new body." Okay then. Looking at the moody clouds this week, I wept. Last week. Where is my mom going? My daughter reminded me, "Mom, you know where she's going." "Yes, but where is that?" "God, you're taking my mom from me. What do I do when I want to touch her hand?" Mom was totally unafraid. She knew, unlike one well-known religious leader who died saying, "I'm still looking for the way," she knew Jesus. She knew Jesus. She knew Jesus, who said, "I am the way, the truth, and the life." Jesus, the God-man, neither a liar or a crazy man, but Mom's Lord, promised her forever life. I had a vision last week after having communion with her. I sat and had communion with my mom with green juice and a cracker. And I had this vision. We were all the things, I said, "Mom," and I told Mom, I said, "all the things that we didn't get to do here, we will do together." In the vision, we were all young. We were all the same age. And we'd gone on a long hike. Mom liked to go on long hikes. At least she talked about going on hikes. She did. And we went on a hike in the forest, and then we were in a waterfall, and this waterfall was falling in front of us. We're all the same age. And it was delightful, and splashing and enjoying the waterfall, and then the idea of creating on this planet, and all the planets, and we're going to rule together. And I said, "Mom, you will again play and laugh and party with all these friends." And Mom would say to you about Jesus, "Get to know this forever friend now. Then rejoice, for great is your reward in heaven."
Well, hi, I'm Judy, and I'm the number 3, the favorite. No, I think we all thought we were the favorite. But you guys, Mom would have loved to have been here today. She hates to miss a party. But look, there she is up saying goodbye. Remember when we took that photo? But over Christmas, I started to put together a Google Doc about Mom's life, kind of her timeline, and just remembering and remembering from a glamorous city girl to life on the farm, to our life in Streetsville at the IGA store, to our new home in Oakville, 45 years. And I was just wondering, how many of you here today knew our mom from the farm days or Woodbridge days? Would you just put up your hand? Very cool. Peter Barker, we're glad you're here too. The Elliots are here. So great, Aunt Jean. How about our life in Streetsville? How many of you Mom from Streetsville? Our days, IGA store, world. Very cool. And what about our Oakville friends, Chartwell friends? Where are you? Thank you. You've all been a big part of my life. And maybe if you actually have any stories to share, well, add your stories to this Google Doc. And I started writing it, Margaret Johnston, this is your life. So if you have stories that you can share with us, I can share with my kids and my grandkids and Lexi and Kyan's baby, little Percy and Margaret and Ford and Kitty, we would love those stories. But I think all of us, from what people have been sharing today, sums up Mom's life is her passion for her family and her passion for her faith. Her passion for her family. I just loved Parent-Teacher Day when my mom would come to school. She was just so pretty. She was just so pretty. I was proud to have her come to school. I don't know how she did what she did with 5 kids, but I don't know. Apparently, she said I was such an active child. My mom asked the doctor for medication for me, and the doctor gave it to her. So I know you can't imagine that at all, but I love that Mom had such a passion for children. She trained with Child Evangelism Fellowship, and we'd go with her for the training, and then we put on the backyard Bible clubs. Sky just found the picture of her first Bible club back on the farm. Mom loved going through papers. How many of you have gone through papers with my mom? Yeah, many of you, thank you. Because she loved, there's a story behind each paper, and Randy, that's why she couldn't throw away anything. There's a story, and she wanted us to know that story, and what a joy it's been these last few months to go through those papers, and we didn't finish. If any of you want to come over, we can go through some of Mom's papers together, because everything's a story. But we loved Sunday school. When she would have Sunday school open session, and we'd have a welcome. If we brought a friend to Sunday school, you got a prize. And we'd sing, there's a welcome here, there's a welcome here, there's a Christian welcome here. Hallelujah. Right? If it was your birthday, you got a pencil. We loved that. I loved memorizing Bible verses and swords in the air, and the boys on this side and the girls on this side, and whoever, we'd actually look up a Bible, not just on our iPhones. We'd look it up in the Bible verse. I loved that. She wanted us to reach children with God's love. We went to Sunday school training conferences. She wanted us to know how to teach a Bible lesson, how to tell a Bible story, how to lead someone to Christ. And that just became the foundation for my ministry as a manners lady in this New Civility Project, that people would know every child in Canada, every child in the world has a right to know, she would say, that God loves them and has a plan for their life. And I think in this last few weeks and months, I've been realizing that's my passion too, and I want people to know and just even to get more bold in my own faith and sharing God's love and message. Mom chose, Halloween. Oh my goodness, this is a terrible story. We always roll up our Sunday school papers and Streetsville and give them out with the Halloween candy. And one year in grade 4 or 5, I was like a bit embarrassed, like, Mom, do we have to do that this year? And she said, okay, we don't. And that year, we didn't give out the Sunday school papers with Halloween candy. And to my shame, 3 or 4 or 5 kids said, Mrs. Johnston, where's our stories? We gave them out the next year. Mom just loved the children in the neighborhood. She loved this year. We did Halloween, and the kids would say, hi, Mrs. Johnston, say, hi, Mrs. Johnston, hi, Mrs. Johnston, and then they get their candy. So that was kind of fun. And I think Mom made an intentional choice to stay home with us kids. I guess that's why she started so many entrepreneurial adventures, because they were jobs that she could still work around our family. She was such an entrepreneur. In fact, when she was 9 years old, and Aunt Doreen, correct me if I'm wrong, in Guelph, she even roped off part of the forest, part of the woods at the end of Audrey Avenue, and charged admission to get in for the